Ooh, yes. Phaedra is returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta for season 16, even though they've been filming for weeks and weeks now. This all comes after Kenya Moore has been allegedly suspended indefinitely and subsequently, according to reports, fired. Not only that, Andy Cohen is saying that we are going to be rebooting the Real Housewives of New Jersey and probably with new faces. Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So before we get into the Phaedra of it all, I did want to let you guys know that Andy Cohen on Radio Andy confirmed that they will in fact be rebooting the Real Housewives of New Jersey. You may have seen our recap of the Real Housewives of New Jersey earlier today. If you haven't, be sure to check it out. But I did mention that the streets were saying that no one was going to get fired and that New Jersey was going to be on this long pause. But I told you got to be very careful of the news that's coming out on social media when it comes to Jersey, because there are people, housewives, and blogs that want to spin a different narrative. And that narrative benefits the cast. Oh, we're not going to get rid of anyone. But when Daddy Andy says it on his platform, and they never confirmed any of the other reboots, they eventually started saying about Real Housewives of Atlanta, well, I can see some tweaks. Tweaks have gone into, we have a bunch of new housewives. We have some people that haven't been on in a very long time. So those tweaks is a reboot. And apparently that is what's going to be happening over at the Real Housewives of New Jersey. This is what Andy said on Radio Andy when speaking to a fan.
You know, Teresa is going to always find somebody or something. She's like that, you know, and she's interesting to everybody. But the Melissa story, that's so old. The Joe Gorga story, like, don't even get me started on that, man.
Okay. All right. Well, yes, we are rebooting the show. Thank you, Joanne. We're going to reboot it. We're going to do something different.
That would be great because, like I said, you know, Teresa will always get in trouble. That's how she is.
Okay.
But the other one's boring. Very boring storylines. Their storyline is only Teresa.
Okay. So you want Teresa to stay on the show?
Teresa is the show. Like I said, Teresa, you know, she'll find a way to get her in trouble. She'll find a way to make it interesting. The same thing, like the Margaret has no storyline. It's just Teresa. The brother.
Okay. All right. Okay. We got it. Okay. We're gonna see what we do. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe just all fresh faces. Maybe we'll see.
Maybe all fresh faces. First of all, you could tell Andy is as through with New Jersey as I am, and as a lot of you are in regards to what's going on today. And look, we're not gonna talk about the fan that was calling in, but she is the representative for all of the other Tree, fans, okay? In regards to what's going on over the show. But I think we all can agree. A lot of New Jersey fans that were probably Team Teresa or Team Melissa have all said, I'm just done. No, bring no one back. Just give us a whole new cast, because I think a lot of people feel torn and they're like, I don't want to feel torn anymore. I just want to watch a show and have a good time. But I told you, when you don't choose teams, you can still have a good time like we do over here. We like 1 minute we're loving this one, the next minute we're loving another one, no matter what people will say, because people keep calling me biased, and I keep telling you mother fathers that I am a reviewer. This is not CNN. This is not Fox News. This ain't even Fox Soul. All right, I'm giving you my opinion, so without a doubt, it's going to be biased. Duh. And honestly, of all the people covering this damn show, I'm probably the least biased, because I'm just like, 1 minute I like this one, next minute I don't like this one. But that's how we are over here. But we're never going to, fight against the people calling me unbiased, because y'all love to run to do that. Like that bothers me. No, it doesn't. But I like to remind you guys that you're using words that you probably don't understand. Loser. All right. But Real Housewives of New Jersey. So apparently Andy is saying that it is going to get a reboot and possibly new faces. But a lot of people are saying, will New Jersey, will Bravo move forward without Teresa? Well, I think it's all going to depend on their casting. I think they're going to try and develop a cast and then see. Do I believe that it is a smart move to move without Teresa? I don't know about that, because thinking business-wise, she has a large following. It's almost a guarantee that if she comes back, that people are going to watch. I can't say the same for some of the other folks. However, based off of how Margaret has shown up this season, and look, I said, Margaret is just as toxic as Teresa, but at least Margaret is giving us actual dialogue and actual housewife antics. Like those flowers with the message, sorry for the loss of your dignity. Like, that is classic Housewives. Her sending a screenshot to Dolores when Dolores is in the middle of a conversation with Jackie and throwing Jackie under the bus in the middle of that conversation. Housewives. Okay? So I don't know what this means. It will be interesting to see what it looks like. If they could get rid of Nene Leakes, that means they can get rid of Teresa Giudice. Okay? The difference, though, I will say this. The difference between Teresa and Nene had a contentious relationship with the network at the time of her departure. Teresa, I'm not too sure what her relationship. It seems like they are in a good place, but you just never know behind the scenes. But based on what interactions I've seen with Teresa and Andy and the network, seems like it's in a good place, but you just never know. So I could see Teresa coming back. Do I want Teresa to come back? No, I want all of this toxicity to go, because if Teresa wasn't married to that man, then I'd probably be like, yeah, Teresa can come back. But that man, that is a slick one. And I'm not saying that the exes are innocent, but that one, ooh, dear John. Look, dear John. Anyways, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Ooh, yes. Can I get a boiled egg? And if you didn't watch The Traitors, you have no idea what I'm referring to. Phaedra Parks is returning. Okay. As always, we cite our sources. Our friends over at lovebscott.com were the first to report that Phaedra was in talks to return weeks ago. Weeks ago, they reported this. They also reported that Kenya Moore had been suspended indefinitely and then subsequently fired, and that Phaedra was the dark horse coming in. But fans are reacting. But before we get into that, let's just get into what People Magazine's reporting. They said Phaedra Parks has her peach back. The Real Housewives of Atlanta star, who's 50 years old, is officially returning to the franchise that made her a household name as a full-time cast member for season 16. So in her Instagram post, Phaedra posted this photo of herself getting off a private jet. You see that? Look, Brooks, you see that? Getting off an actual private jet. No word if she actually chartered it. With Louis Vuitton luggage everywhere and her peach in her hand. She captioned it and said, "You called? I answered." Ooh. She posted this on her Instagram, as I mentioned before. And this was a post that was also in collaboration with Bravo TV. They said her arrival comes nearly a month after news broke that Kenya Moore would be exiting the series. The former Miss USA had reportedly been canned from the show for allegedly unveiling explicit pictures, as you recall, of a new cast member, Brittany Eady, while the Bravo cameras were rolling on Thursday, June 6th. All right, so it's been over a month at her grand opening of the Kenya Moore Hair Spa. So at the time, an insider told People that Moore was retaliating after Edie allegedly threatened her co-star using the word pow, pow, pow. I'm not giving you the word. However, a second source close to production disputed that, saying at no time was Kenya ever threatened with a weapon, nor was there ever a weapon present during the course of production. An investigation was said to be launched by Bravo, because they have to look into the incident. The results, sources told People, are what led to Moore's exit. So Kenya Moore, you may recall, went to social media saying, "You are the best fans anyone could ask for, and I love you all so very much." And so a lot of fans have said that they are not going to watch a season without Kenya Moore. So Bravo, based off of the recent celebration of Watch What Happens Live, and I told you this when lovebscott.com came out with this in their exclusive, it did look like they were trying to test to see if fans want to see frickin' Frack come back. And I told you back when I reported on this, I don't get the whole frickin' Frack. That was never a thing for me. Like, that was never entertaining. I'm not looking forward to it. Okay? So I find it hilarious that Shamia calls Drew a liar. And I'm like, your friend also is a liar. Okay? Like, when we talk about liars, look, Drew's definitely a liar. Okay? She's definitely a liar. However, your friend Portia is not the pinnacle of truth. Okay? All right. Well, fans have been reacting on social media since the news broke earlier today that Phaedra will be returning. They're like, how could you get rid of Kenya Moore for alleged revenge porn? Kenya has denied being involved in any revenge porn. But bring back a woman that had our allegations against Candy Burris Tucker. Well, I'm going to say this. I agree with you. There is a level of hypocrisy. However, we have to remember that the reality TV reckoning happened and Bravo updated their policies and procedures. They also let Phaedra go after these allegations for years. So in their heads, they're probably saying, okay, we've punished you enough. We're in a new space. Because just because something happened in the past, we're talking about something that happened years ago. I'm not justifying what Phaedra did. We're comparing that to something that happened recently. So they, in their minds, the network probably like, well, we held Phaedra accountable. We got rid of her for that period of time. And now we have someone that did something similar or worse or whatever it may be. And we got rid of that person, allegedly. Doesn't mean that Kenya cannot return. Because I know a lot of you probably won't bring this up later if Kenya does end up returning in the future. There have been reports that Kenya might make an appearance this season. Drew Sidora recently did an interview and says, I miss Kenya. She's necessary for the show. I don't see Kenya coming back, especially now with Phaedra confirming her return. Partly because budgets. Remember, word on the street, according to Carlos, Phaedra was in talks to return, not last season, I think the season before, but it wasn't in the budget. We had Candy at the time. We had Kenya at the time. They were making a lot of money. Now Kenya's out of the picture. Candy's out of the picture, especially because the Candy situation, Candy was not going to film with Phaedra. So this was like the perfect element, the perfect events to happen to bring Phaedra back. Here's the thing, though. Very much like on Married to Medicine, Phaedra refuses to really open up about her life. On The Traitors, it was entertaining because we don't have to talk about her personal life. But coming back as a full-time cast member, it makes me wonder, what exactly is she going to share with us that she hasn't shared on Married to Medicine this season? Because that was also part of the reason why Phaedra reportedly wasn't coming, why it was difficult for them to figure out if she could come back. Because literally, Married to Medicine just finished wrapping filming. So there might be conflict in promotion and shows airing at the same time. I see both shows, look good on Phaedra because she secured so many checks in this situation, so many. But Phaedra gave us nothing last season of Married to Medicine. I was not looking forward to seeing Phaedra come back this season because at the end of the day, even if Phaedra wasn't married to the cartoon or dating the cartoon doctor, she still didn't give us anything personal. And then she tried in a last-ditch effort to give us something with Apollo at the reunion. And it was just like, no. So it makes me wonder, what exactly are we going to see from Phaedra in season 16? Besides a frickin' frack moment. Are we going to see her co-parenting? What are we going to see? Maybe Bravo's like, nothing. We're going to bring you Phaedra because we need someone to save the season. Literally posted on Twitter and I said, desperate times calls for desperate measures. And this definitely was a desperate move. Guys, as always, I want to know your reaction to the news that there is a Real Housewives of New Jersey reboot coming and Phaedra Parks is returning for Sweet 16 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's continue this conversation in the comment section. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.
Ooh. You bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll add the fuel. Follow my lead, just watch your shoes. Gotta turn the key.